This is the hidden story of Jesus Christ of Nazareth and Prophet Muhammad of Arabia. They never told you. Jesus entered the world under a sky filled with prophecy. His birth drew shepherds, travelers, and angels. A king tried to kill him before he could walk. At 12, he sat among temple scholars asking questions that cut deeper than their wisdom. His life from the start carried a weight that could not be hidden. Across the desert centuries later, Muhammad grew up without parents, shaped by loss but known for uncommon purity. His childhood carried no public miracles, but those who watched him saw a boy guided by an invisible discipline. One life marked by open signs, another shaped by silent preparation. Yet both moved toward destinies that would change civilizations. Between childhood brilliance and prophetic destiny, both men walked long roads that shaped their inner fire. Jesus lived in Nazareth, a small village with hard labor and harder realities. He learned to work with his hands, to feel the weight of wood, to understand people quietly. Muhammad grew into adulthood as a merchant crossing deserts, trading with tribes, observing human nature in all its beauty and cruelty. These silent years were not empty. They were the hidden training grounds. The world saw ordinary men, but heaven saw preparation. Then came the moments that changed everything. Jesus stepped into the Jordan River, and the sky responded with a voice that shook the soul. Muhammad sat alone in the cave of Hira, seeking clarity, and a voice commanded him to read a message that burned into history. These were not legends. They were turning points. The invisible world stepped into the visible one, and two men crossed a threshold they could never return from. Their missions began not with ease, but with shock, trembling in the weight of revelation. Revelation is never welcomed by those who profit from ignorance. Jesus spoke truths that exposed religious hypocrisy and made powerful leaders tremble. His words cut through rituals and reached hearts. Muhammad spoke against tribal oppression, corruption, and idol-driven systems that kept the weak in chains. His message threatened economic and political power in Mecca. Both faced resistance, insults, threats, and attempts to silence them. Truth is always expensive, and they both paid its price. Both men faced persecution but responded differently because their worlds demanded different responses. Jesus taught transformation in a land ruled by Rome, where any rebellion meant mass bloodshed. His path required spiritual confrontation, healing, teaching, and inner revolution. Muhammad built a community in a tribal land where survival required defense, unity, and leadership. His path required treaties, guidance, protection, and at times battle. Two prophets, two missions shaped by the reality of their environments, not by desire for power. Humanity sees miracles but forgets the loneliness. Jesus cried over Jerusalem and felt the sting of betrayal from someone who walked beside him. Muhammad buried his wife and uncle in the same year and tasted the bitterness of abandonment and war. Both carried burdens heavier than any crown. Behind the teachings and victories were nights of tearing prayers and silent suffering. Prophets are often the ones who bleed in places no one sees. Jesus left behind disciples who carried his message through persecution, empires, and centuries, shaping cultures and spiritual movements across continents. Muhammad left behind a unified nation that transformed language, science, law, and civilization. Their messages traveled farther than armies and outlived kingdoms. What began as whispers in distant lands became foundations for billions. Their legacies are not fading. They are still shaping the world today. Their lives were different, but their purpose was rooted in the same source. Two men touched by the divine, carrying messages that changed history forever. Not rivals, not competitors. Two lights sent into different eras to shape humanity's conscience. Their shadows still stretch across centuries, and their words still echo in the minds of billions seeking truth, purpose, and direction. Remember to never forget to like, also subscribe, and follow us for more shadowed histories.